Why does fire burn? Feynman's answer will destroy your reality. Opening: no music, no drama, just fact. Fire does not burn. Not in the way you think it does. There is no such thing as burning built into the universe. No cosmic rule that says flames must hurt. No fundamental law labeled pain. And yet when you touch fire, you recoil instantly, before thought, before language, before reason. So here is the uncomfortable truth. Fire does not burn you. You burn yourself because of how reality works at the smallest scales. To understand this, we must abandon intuition, abandon common sense, and do exactly what Richard Feynman demanded. Stop asking for comforting answers. Start asking for true ones. The child's question: why does fire burn? It sounds simple. It feels ancient. It feels like the kind of question humanity answered thousands of years ago. But this question is a trap. Because when you ask why, you're not asking for facts. You're asking for meaning. And the universe does not care about meaning. Feynman was famous for refusing to answer why questions the way people wanted, not because he was arrogant, but because most why questions are secretly requests for metaphors, not explanations. People want to hear: fire is hot. Fire contains energy. Fire damages skin. But those are descriptions, not explanations. So Feynman would stop you and ask, what level of explanation do you want? Atoms, electrons, quantum fields, human nerves, evolution. Because the deeper you go, the more your everyday idea of burning collapses. Fire is not a thing. Here is the first reality breaker. Fire is not matter. You cannot hold it. You cannot bottle it. You cannot weigh it. Fire is a process. Specifically, a rapid chemical reaction called oxidation. That's it. No magic. No essence. No substance called fire. When something burns, its atoms are rearranging themselves, usually combining with oxygen and releasing energy in the process. Light is released. Heat is released. Motion is released. Fire is what you see when energy escapes violently from chemical bonds. So where does the pain come from? Not from fire. Pain comes from you. Your skin is made of cells. Those cells are made of molecules. Those molecules are held together by electrical forces. When fire is near your skin, fast-moving molecules collide with your body. Those collisions do not burn. They transfer energy. That energy increases the vibration of atoms inside your skin. And when that vibration exceeds what your molecular structures can tolerate, they break. Proteins unfold. Cell membranes rupture. Chemical gradients collapse. Your nervous system detects this damage and sends an emergency signal to your brain. The signal is not fire. The signal is structure failure, immediate withdrawal required. We call that signal pain. Heat is motion, not fire. This is where intuition truly dies. Heat is not a substance. Heat is motion. At the microscopic level, cold atoms move slowly. Hot atoms move quickly. Fire is simply a region where atoms are moving extremely fast. When those fast atoms collide with the slower atoms in your skin, energy flows from fast to slow, like billiard balls. No intention. No hostility. No purpose. Just physics. Why fire seems special? So why does fire feel different from touching metal, steam, or boiling water? Because fire adds chemical violence to thermal violence. Flames contain high temperatures, reactive molecules, ionized particles, Free radicals. These don't just shake your atoms. They rip electrons away, destroy molecular bonds, and trigger cascading chemical damage. Fire doesn't just heat tissue. It unmakes it. The WHY problem. When people asked Feynman why magnets attract, or why fire burns, he famously refused to give philosophical answers. Not because he didn't know, but because the universe does not explain itself in human language. If you keep asking why, eventually you reach. Because that's how electromagnetic fields behave. Because that's how quantum mechanics works. Because that's how the universe is structured. And then the chain stops. There is no deeper why. Reality has no user manual. Fire burns because electrons obey quantum rules. Energy prefers lower states. Chemical bonds release energy when rearranged. Evolution built nervous systems that interpret damage as pain. None of this exists for you. Pain is not fundamental. Burning is not fundamental. Fire is not fundamental. Fields, particles, and probabilities are. The most disturbing part. Here is the part that truly destroys comfort. In another universe with slightly different physical constants, fire might not hurt at all. Or oxygen might not exist. Or chemistry might not allow rapid oxidation. Or nervous systems might not register damage as pain. Fire does not burn by necessity. It burns by accident of cosmic parameters. Why your brain lies to you. Your brain evolved to keep you alive, not to understand reality. So it invents stories. Fire is dangerous. Fire attacks. Fire burns. These are survival metaphors, not truths. At no point does fire do anything. Only particles interacting. The final Feynman truth. If Feynman were forced to answer in one sentence, it would be something like this. Fire burns because the electromagnetic interactions between rapidly moving atoms disrupt the molecular structure of your skin, and your nervous system interprets that disruption as pain. That answer feels unsatisfying because it removes intention. It removes drama. It removes meaning. And that is exactly the point. The reality that remains. Fire is not cruel. Fire is not angry. Fire is not alive. Fire is math happening fast. And when that math collides with the fragile biological structures that make you, you feel it. Not because the universe cares, but because it doesn't. Ending line, documentary close. Fire does not burn. You are a temporary arrangement of atoms in a universe where energy moves freely. Touch the wrong process at the wrong speed, and reality reminds you how thin you are.